Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind here playing as the growing power of Japan. So we've taken over a fair amount of land recently from Korea, so I suspect we shall see some Korean rebels this episode. Tengri is slowly becoming more loyal to me, forcefully converting them to Protestantism. And we are still waiting for another war with the Ming, which is going to be another 12 years, so probably won't happen this episode. However, coalition against me has in fact disbanded. The Wu do not trust me. They in fact absolutely hate me now. I don't know if I can do anything about that. Yep, we broke our alliance with the Wu. They don't trust me, and they don't really like me anymore. Okay, well, I'm going to try and fix that as soon as I can. They were proving to be a reasonably useful ally. If I can get them, improve opinions with them fast enough, we might be able to get them back as an ally. But they're outraged, so that's very unlikely to happen. But it's worth a shot, I guess. Speedy conversion continues. Oh yeah, I should have been focusing down here, shouldn't I? Oops, well, I just sent the missionaries to convert something I really didn't need to send them to do. That's delightful. Where are you that you're taking attrition? Push them south. I don't think we're going to put much more effort to kicking out the Europeans from down here. It just probably wouldn't be worth it. Not unless one of them gets really weak or something. Then we might get involved, but until then, yeah, not worth it. Not going to meddle anymore with Tengri for the moment because we can't get them loyal, and I prefer to have some positive prestige in case I get a terrible heir and have to disinherit them. Russia is winning this war for the moment, so good for them. We are going to take the tech rather than the horseman ability, actually. The tech will matter more. Increased supply limit, considering we're wandering around with very, very, very large armies, will certainly be useful. What are we looking at down here? Despite being Protestant, these provinces are in fact rebellious due to overextension and non-accepted cultures. Interesting. Okay, I can't accept any cultures for the moment. Purchase ability Splendor. Let's do Liberty Desire due to subjects development. That should keep them all loyal, my two marches. And there are rebels way up there. I thought I was sending troops to deal with that, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, well, we will send troops to go deal with that. That must have been last episode I sent troops up to deal with it. There we go. Rebels down here, interestingly enough. So, let's send you south. Of course, these guys are going to do a lot of annoying damage before my fleet gets there. There's not much I can do on that front, though. Another conversion. I'm actually going to jump down here and try and finish off these areas. No use having more potential rebels scattered around the map. I mean, for just taking lands from China, we've already converted a fair amount of them. I guess if we were going to play Crusader Kings, Protestantism has lots of moral authority at the moment. Obviously we're not, so they don't. Where are you going? There we go. Negative 328 Diplo power. That's not a huge issue. We're already ahead in time. I don't mind falling behind. Diplo power. It's the least useful of the powers. It doesn't mean I can't take land. It just means it takes longer for me to get the next tech. Let's do another one down here. We still haven't converted this whole region from Islam. Sunni Islam. At some point we're going to want to do that because there's going to be a lot more rebels there. All this lovely promotion of growth of settlements in Japan. No world charter. Really just want that additional supply limit so that these troops wandering around here don't keep getting Attrition, that would be nice if I could march through my own land without attrition. Tends to be reasonably useful. Okay, it doesn't look like those guys up there are going to revolt anytime soon. I may send up the missionaries up here next just to clear up this region. Once they're done in wherever that technically is, Thailand? No, right on the border of Vietnam and whatever country's right next to it, Laos. Yeah, Laos. Once we clean up Laos and stuff, then we should be good. Obviously, we have no missions we wish to take. Policies, putting in some nice bonuses. It probably could fire a leader. I don't know if I actually want to at the moment. Should have one of you drilling. You should be drilling. We're below 100 army professionalism, so obviously we want to get back up there as soon as we can. Obviously I can't think about expanding till I've cored this land again. Afghanistan and Sistan, so somebody just lost land. Delhi, I assume? Not clear who lost it. Plus 0.5 infantry fire, that's nice to see. If we could get these guys happy with us, again, they would become our ally. Just a matter of soothing some ruffled feathers, I think. Again, we need 3,000 gold to upgrade that. Whoops, that's going to be expensive. Very expensive. How are our missionaries doing? One of them is in fact stalled out because they're trying to take that province the missionaries working in. Of course they are. Of course they are. Let's get some support from the burghers, then we can take some Diplo power. That'll help a little bit on cleaning up that deficit. I'm fine with that deficit because it was literally taking out Korea, let alone all the rest of the Korean provinces. Okay, tell you what, we'll swap generals around here. I don't usually like to move generals around because usually they're right where I like them, but I will. I think Russia's going to lose this fight. Or maybe not. Yeah, Russia's definitely going to lose that. Korea has a significantly stronger army. The Ming are a joke, though, in this war versus Russia. The Russians keep clobbering the Ming army, which is exactly what we want to see. The weaker they can keep Korea, the better off we are, and the weaker they keep the Ming, the easier the next war of conquest versus them will be. We'll be able to take almost a third of their country in 9 years. Looks like they've pieced out versus Russia, so now it's just Russia versus Korea. I'm going to assume Russia's going to win that one. Korea is... Where is Korea in this whole mess? Korea's only got 60,000 troops, but we've seen they can beat the Russians one-on-one, so maybe they can pull off a tie. Best of luck to them, I guess. Jin separatists. Jin separatists. Jin separatists. Only reason I have any idea who the Jin are is first off from history, but also Dynasty Warriors games, because those are fun. I really do like the Dynasty Warrior games. I haven't played the most recent one, which I heard was relatively terrible, so... Yeah, let's re-ally with these guys. Hello, Wu. Let's keep you loyal. That area is being converted. Let's get rid of these Tengri up here. And where else were there rebels? Right there. Okay, these guys right there should be able to handle that rebel group. We've handled that rebel group. As far as I can tell, there are no more rebel groups for the moment that are an active revolt. Although Keta is having a little bit of an issue. This area seems particularly prone to revolts, considering I haven't actually converted it yet. Ming separatists, of course, of course, of course. It would not be an episode of Conquering China without the Ming revolting on you at least once. Okay, that's another reasonably easy victory. 28 discipline, but it's the plus 2.3 morale that really decides the battles. That and the good generals. Okay, there we go. Keta's back under control. Malacca. Oh, so right here. I think we're going to just have to leave an army in that region from now on until it's converted. Just because of the amount of revolts we're seeing from that area. What are we looking at for church power? Since we're not at war, I'm going to toss off the discipline, throw on the missionary strength. It's going to be a little while till we can get enough church power back, but we do get it at a reasonable pace, so... 30 months. That's not that bad. Plus, it increases the conversion strength. Oh yeah, I haven't checked over on my colonial nations anytime soon. Let's declare war on these guys. The reason I'm doing that is surely my colonial nations can win that fight. If they can't, I will be sorely disappointed. And to just snag another province for them, I guess. I'm going to stay out of it. There's no reason for me to do anything whatsoever. And then we have 2 more Tengri provinces and we're done. And then obviously we have to convert the Confucian and Tengri lands we stole from Korea. There we go. 26 war score already. We could adopt an heir, child of the reeds. Considering we don't have an heir right now, and that is a pretty good heir, 11. We'll do it. We have a ridiculously high legitimacy gain. Plus we have prestige, and we got military power to boost it. So we should be good, even with an illegitimate heir on the throne. Oh, looky here. It looks like Cambodia may gain its independence if Spain doesn't do something. That could be another pickup opportunity for us. I'm surprised the natives won. There we go. This should be a victory there. And that is definitely a conversion there. Okay, so long as these guys don't revolt until this area is converted, that should pacify that region. I hope. And I think they're now invading my territory, these Cambodian separatists. They are, in fact. But they will be killed by a 4-stack. That was reinforced with the 28, but still, the 4-stack was there. I'm actually thinking some churches might be useful. Just to get this income going a little bit more. It's doing okay, but it's not really gaining much. 40, but we seem to spend it just as fast as we get it. What are we looking at for the Ming? 8 years? I think in 8 years we can have our region safe and secured. Plus at this point, if we don't have these guys conquered by then, I'd be very surprised. It would be nice if they actually grouped together and won the fight, though. California is not sending troops, which is a pretty big problem. Okay, Tongu Champa has showed up. That should be the end of the war. Showed up with 9 troops. If they can't win that, I'll be very disappointed in my march. As it is, I'm surprised it's taking so much effort. Because I declared war, these guys stopped drilling, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Okay, a little bit longer till the Tengris are converted, and then we are all set. Innovation is nothing compared to tradition. They deserve to be heard. We'll take the stability hit. I could smash the rebels, but it's really not worth it. These guys managed to revolt. Of course they did. Like 2 months before they would have been converted, they rebelled. Do not meddle in the affairs of the clergy, for they are religious and will cause trouble for you. 20%, I guess we can wait a little while longer. It's already been developed to 11. As expensive as these colonists are, which is actually only 6 gold, actually I think that's actually kind of worth it, now that I'm looking at the actual 6 gold cost rather than the full other costs. I'm seeing the whole picture now. We should... We don't own any of these islands, do we? I guess we'll work on... well, let's pick off this last Tengri province. Less revolts, always better. It looks like Korea actually forced a white peace on Russia. Good for them. Rather impressive, actually. If not, they only lost like 1 province. Big war going on here versus Portugal, Spain, and the Pope. That's a pretty strong alliance, Portugal, Spain, and the Pope, considering Ferreira is in the middle of the Pope's lands. Nope, not good enough. Austria's gotten huge. I'm surprised there's not a Austrian-Russian alliance just to defeat the Ottomans. There is an alliance, but they're not an actual, you know, war. There we go. Just pick up 1 province. Unites this area a little bit better. Bit ruthless of me to launch a war against an unsuspecting native country, but might as well pick up a tiny bit of land in the New World if no one else is going to do it. Declining elephant population. Too much poaching of ivory. It's a very sad thing, ivory poaching. Poor elephants. Oh, another Tengri. We are on a converting spree to remove the Tengri from causing trouble in our lands. Tech, nice. Expensive, but way ahead of time. Way ahead of time. 1 more level though, and we can get probably humanist ideas just to stabilize the empire a bit more. Because we're expanding into non-Christian lands, and unfortunately China has tons of development. It's actually more efficient now to build production than it is to build tax, which I guess makes sense. Time to end this empire. Wow, that's nice. Free claim on this region. 6 years till we can attack, I think. Yes, 6 years till we can beat up the Ming. Okay. Well, I think we'll end this here. I'm not too concerned about this war that I feel they need to fight it right now. So thank you guys all for watching. If you guys got any advice where to go, please let me know. Also, for those of you who are watching this within a couple days of its release, I'm planning on doing some country guides in the next week or two. So if you have any recommendations, there's a post on the community tab. You can put it there. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Bye for now.